You know when you're driving down the freeway and somebody cuts you off or somebody swerves into your lane or the person next to you is texting and you get angry. I get angry. And the first thing I want to do is honk at them, yell at them, flip them off. What really happens in that situation is that I get afraid. I try to compensate by getting angry and wanting to get a handle on the situation. But I get afraid, and so when I get afraid, typically I react. So reactive behavior, fight, flight, freeze, or facade. Usually we hear of fight, flight, and freeze. A good teacher of mine, John McMullen, he teaches about facade too. So today we're going to talk a little bit about each of those categories and maybe some ways that you can react less and respond more. So because our Creator intended us to use reactive behavior to save our lives, where it can be really challenging is when we use reactive behavior to not save our lives, but in negative conversations. Anytime we use reactive behavior in situations that aren't intended to save our lives, it's really pretty much dysfunctional. A functional scenario of fight is, if I'm being attacked by an angry animal, I better be fighting to save my life. If I'm being attacked by an angry human, I better be fighting to save my life. I'm going to engage the taekwondo that I don't know, and I'm going to try to get myself out of that situation. If I'm having a fight with a coworker, my partner, a family member, a friend, and they say something that hurts my feelings, which hurts, and instead of saying, wow, that really hurt me, I say, screw you. Fight, right? That's reaction. Flight. If I'm being chased by an angry animal or being chased by an angry human, I'm going to run like hell and try to flee and save my life. I get in a fight with someone, emotional fight, not a fist fight, and so instead of staying there and having an uncomfortable conversation that feels angry-ish, what I do is I just say, screw you, I'm out of here. That's flight. That's a dysfunctional flight. If I'm out in nature and there's a bear that I don't want to see me, I want to freeze, and that animal won't see me, which is ridiculous because he'll smell me. Dysfunctional freeze is when I'm in confrontation with that same person, family, friend, whoever, and they say something where my feelings get hurt, and what I do is I just don't say anything back, and because I just want it to be over with. So that's dysfunctional freeze. The only functional facading that I could come up with is if I'm being pulled over by a cop for speeding. And the police or the highway patrol dude shows up at my window and I'm like pissed and scared, right? But I'm faking it. So he comes to the window and he's like, yes ma'am, do you know you were speeding? And I'm like, yes officer, I know I was speeding. Instead of saying, hell yeah, I know I was speeding, geez, right? So I'm faking it. I'm being nice when in reality I'm upset and I'm pissed. When I can't show up and be seen for who I am, I have to fake it because I'm afraid if you get to know me, you won't like me. And that's facading. The way to react less is to react, to notice that I reacted, because once I react, fight, flight, freeze, or facade, what it does for me is it creates embarrassment. I'm ashamed. If I got in a fight with somebody, I usually look back and go, God, I wish I would have handled that differently. When I say I wish I would have handled that differently, that gives me the opportunity to figure out what I would have done to handle it differently. And that is where the magic is at. Show up and be you. It's the best gift you can give any of us. Hey Karen, those tattoos look like hell on you. Screw you, dude. That's dysfunctional reaction. A functional response to that, Paco is going to say, thanks for your input, dude. I think they look awesome on my mom.